Hello and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. What are we doing? We are on our way to assault the Brotherhood or confront the Brotherhood. I don't know. Had a bit of a hard turn on the last session, so I have my suspicions that we may not be back here for a little while. We're pretty well equipped, but I'm a little concerned that taking anything other than our best may be a missed opportunity. So I think I should probably at least... Should I buy another gun? I'm gonna at least buy one more spell to fill up, because it's not like I'm gonna pick up spells in the field. I don't have Conjuring 6 yet, but I could buy it. Let's see. 5 medium barriers last 3 rounds. Anyone takes minus 10 HP damage. I don't really care about the damage. The minus 1 AP is much more useful from the lightning barrier, so I actually don't care about that. It is odd that, like, I don't think there's an air barrier 1, or maybe there is and I didn't notice it because I didn't buy it until late, but like it starts at 3 as far as I can tell, because regardless of the grade of the spell, like this I could still get at whatever it was, Conjuring 2 I think. So actually, I'm not so interested in that. I could get another haste. Frankly, haste is so freaking useful that just being able to fire it off at 3 people at once seems really handy. Shadow we looked at before. I like the idea of it, but I don't know how much utility it will actually add. Fog just seems to be a worse version of Shadow. Unless it's one direction, it doesn't... I mean, there's no clarification. Area of effect spell that reduces the chance to target somebody by 15%. So, is that people in the cloud or people outside the cloud? Or both? Well, whatever. Honestly... Haste 2 seems like we'll just, you know, go completely nuts with it. Although the order of these things does bother me, so. Yes, I am doing this. You're just gonna have to live with it. Haste 2. Because I can't move the things around in the slots, I have to remove and re-add them. There we go. Okay. So that's good. Do I have another... Yeah, okay. Let's remove this. Add the better trauma kit, because if I'm only going to carry one. And then should I buy another gun? We already looked, and I don't really feel like spending points into another class of weapon, so I think my only real option is to buy the one more rifle, this one, the G12A3Z. And for 1200, that's really not that bad for not having to reload a gun. I'm gonna talk to Delilah first and see how much it's gonna cost me to equip people, and then we can go from there. Oh, is it not gonna... Is it not gonna let me cancel out? Well, you know what? If that's the case, I'll just have to live with it. No, it does let me exit. Okay. So let's see. who do we have? So Coyote has to come. That'll save me some money. So she's got a shotgun and... Oh! And a heavy revolver. Alright, cool. So she's really a heavy gunner. Through and through. No spells or nothing. So... maybe we will not go for a melee character unless it's incidental, because she's going to really be the front line. I forgot, I can't click on the profiles. We figured that out last time. Okay. So we don't need an adept. Of course, there's 3 adepts available. Having a decker would probably be good. You know, it's kind of bad because I genuinely can't remember enough about the Brotherhood, or if they even said enough about the Brotherhood to, like, inform my choices. Like, I'm having a hard time remembering if the Brotherhood is, like, anti-tech or, like, anti-cyberware or something like that, or if I'm, like, conflating that with memories of Deus Ex, or... like, they're so not memorable, and we met them only so briefly in the early part of the game that, like... because if they were like, hey, we don't use computers or whatever... well, I can't imagine that being the case. But basically, if they're against something and it can give me an edge to know that, then that would be helpful. But, of course... okay, so it looks like at most I'm probably spending about... okay, 4,500 maybe. Could bring James again. He was cool. But he's also another shotgun guy, which may not be as useful. He's also more expensive this time around. Okay, so I've got 8 grand. I'm gonna buy another gun. Just because I can. Which is kind of against my usual tendency, but this is not a game where I want to get caught with my pants down, and I don't think that cash is really... like I was talking about in the last episode, I think? Like, this is a pretty simplified RPG system, so I don't feel like... I don't get the same feeling as I do in a lot of RPGs, where I'm like, oh, I gotta hold on to all my cash, because there might be something very soon that's extremely expensive that I need to spend it on. So... and at worst... actually, I don't know if I can sell gear. I was gonna say I could sell the AK, but I don't know that I can do that. Well, whatever. Good enough for me. Oh, you know what? One other thing I was gonna do is check my totems, because I now have more than I can carry, and I want to carry the best ones. I think that's already the case, but Force 1, Fire 1, Earth 1, Force 4. Yeah, I mean, it's not even... yeah, I don't think I can sell stuff. Which, again, kind of makes sense with the simplified system. They're just like, this is the money you got. So, let's see. It'd be good to have somebody who can... A rigger might be useful. Although I don't love the rigger system where you lose an AP every turn. Spells would be useful. Man, it's half adepts over here. Again, we could hire James again. think we've hired Kendon before. I don't remember. Don't really need... Oh, wait a minute. Body... Okay, so he's really like maxed out in terms of health and also has the eye add-in, which is useful, but honestly, I don't need somebody. I don't think we need that much firepower. No, I don't care about somebody who's spec'd broadly. Having that heal would be very useful. Ooh. This is actually very tempting. I'm gonna add him. And we can return to that if we don't see anything better, or if we do see anything better. Don't think we need more shamans. I think I've got that locked down, and most of them seem to spec pretty broadly. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of great options that I love. This guy might be good because he's got both decking and drones. Not seeing a lot of better options. Let's just give this a once over. Yeah, these deckers are kind of underwhelming by comparison. They're cheaper, but I don't care so much about the money. Oh, you know what? Yeah, get rid of this guy, take this guy. 'Cause he's got... Okay, it is less. I should have looked at that closer. Okay, I do like his array of spells, though. Still only heal 1. Is the armor 3 versus armor 2 worth it? I don't necessarily think so. These are useful, but I've got it mostly covered. Having it diversified is helpful, but not necessarily a deal breaker. I'm just thinking about how the combat's gonna synergize, because it does. I mean, altogether, the abilities and weapons and things that are available to you do allow for a diverse array of builds that seem to be somewhat working, but also synergize with other characters in meaningful ways, which I appreciate. I could go with 2 mages, but that really leaves us short on... it'd be nice for to get a mage with decking skill. You're really an offensive caster. Which is not the worst thing in the world, especially when... Well, I mean, the cooldowns... Actually, the cooldowns are quite short on some of these. How do you even know what kind of armor they have on? I mean, you don't have any armor. Do the enemy NPCs have armor? I just don't even know. Ongoing minus 10 HP. That's kind of cool. I apologize. I know I'm taking a little while with this, but I want to have the right team. Let's add him and then just see. There's nobody who has spells and decking, huh? Be really cool if you did. I know they're kind of opposed, but I could go with him. You have 40 hit points and you do melee? I don't think that's a good call, man. Is this a bad idea? It might be. Especially with two people who don't have guns, or don't have good guns, but you know what? Between me and Coyote, I think we'll have it covered. I am going to hope that this team comp works. No, now I'm second guessing myself again. I'm sorry. I just really feel like having a decker would be useful. And I can't get over that. So, who are we gonna lose between these two? I'd like not to spend 5 grand on them. I don't think we need this guy. The heal is nice and all, but I think we're gonna lose him. And Art or Aruba? We're gonna go with Aruba and see what happens, I think. Oh, and he's got... Sweet, okay. So he has the, like, eye skill as well. I think that's gonna be good. Fingers crossed. Towards Brotherhood. It takes nearly an hour for the taxi to make its way from the squalor of the Redmond Barrens across the bridge to the Seattle waterfront and the Universal Brotherhood. The building is a pre-crash brick job with a fancy new facade that sports neon highlights and an enormous set of glass double doors. Through the windows, you can see activity within. Smiling, happy disciples shuffling along in beige pajamas and slippers. A greeter stands outside the front door, gently attempting to entice the misbegotten and the curious to enter and take their first baby steps towards Brotherhood. Pike Place Market is unusually empty by now, but you step out of the cab to the sounds of an excited crowd. All right, here we go. I know I have karma. Oh, you already have it deployed. Okay, cool. This looks like quite the thing. Okay. Well, you know what? This episode's a little shorter, but I'm going to cut it here before we get started. So thanks for putting up with me while I prepped for the mission, and we'll start the mission on the next one. See you guys then.